Hey Peace Tribe, thank you guys for clicking on this video. Today guys, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to be talking about a very important subject, especially for the ladies. Today guys, we will be talking about my personal tips and tricks to have a healthy and happy vagina. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to the Peace Tribe, go ahead and hit that subscription button down below. Make sure you share this video out because you never know who needs to hear this. So let's just jump right into it. Let's go. So first, I want to say that this subject is so important, especially as a woman. Now, when I say a healthy and happy vagina, I just don't mean having, a healthy vagina just for sexual reasons or for your partner. No, for yourself also. Our vaginas is what makes us women, what makes us special, what brings other people into this world. So it's so important that we treat it with care and actually know what we're doing when we are trying to make sure that we're taking care of vaginas. So guys, I have a few things that I discovered along the way of, just being a woman and growing up. And I feel like my tips can help. Maybe someone is struggling with different issues and they don't know how to talk to someone about it. So here I am. I'm going to basically tell you guys my personal business when it comes to my vagina care, basically. And maybe this can help someone. So the first thing that I want to bring up, guys, is we have to drink water. We have to drink water. Water is so important. Water helps us with our moisture down there. Water just helps us with our skin. Overall, water is a big thing. I'm honestly not a big fan of water. So sometimes if I had to force myself, I'd do it. If I had to put the little seasoning in it, not the seasoning, the sugar packs in there, whatever the case is, but it's still water, I'd do it. Drinking water is so essential, especially to your vagina. Your vagina is a self-cleaner. So of course it needs some type of liquid. It needs something to be able to actually push out the bad and in with the new, basically. So water is so important. And plus, ladies, when it comes to that time, you want to make sure that you have moisture and that you're wet. So where do you think that comes from? The water in your body. So ladies, we have to drink water. Okay, so my second tip that I have, guys, and this may sound a little weird to you guys, but I don't use soap when it comes to my area down there. So I use my body wash. I clean myself really good and everything. But when I'm particularly cleaning down there, I try to use minimum soap. The only reason because I know that I'm very sensitive down there and it can trigger things like yeast infections, different type of infections. So I try to stay away from smell good things that are really strong or just things that I know that can break me out or that my girl doesn't like. So a lot of times I use hot water. I love hot water. I scrub the mess out of it down there to make sure that it's still clean and fresh. But using soap is a no-no for me. So maybe if you're having issues or maybe you're having some irritation, you may want to look into the soap that you use or be like me and just take out soap if you can and just make sure that you're still scrubbing, opening it up and still getting in between. Just because you're not using soap doesn't mean that you can't be clean. So ladies, when I was younger, like in my teenage years and everything, I used to douche all the time. I'm not gonna lie, I used to douche all the time because I thought it helped keep me tight and it was a way to basically keep my insides clean. But as I grew older, I found that douching is not that good for you, not at all. I haven't done it in years actually because I feel like I don't need it. Back then I used to do it kind of as just like, oh, let me douche just because, anytime my period came off or whatever the case, I just did a douche. But now I know that throws off your pH balance. It can cause you actually to have infections. So if you really want to make sure that your insides are clean, ladies, you can try new methods like the Yanni steam. I saw someone, they use pearls, and I actually want to try the pearls. Pearls are, I guess, like little balls that has herbs and natural things that you put inside you, and it basically purges out the things that are bad inside you. Even though you may not see or feel anything, ladies, we have a lot of built up bacteria, old period blood, just a lot of things that are still inside of us that we need to have let out. Now, like I said, I used to douche all the time, but now that I know that it's not so good for me, I try to move towards more the organic and natural things. Also, ladies, one thing that is really good, take a bath sometimes. I know a lot of people take showers, life is always on the go and everything, but actually soaking in a bath can help. If you have some Epsom salt, you can do that too. That kind of just helps everything. taking a hot bath, just letting it actually soak in water could be a way for you to also make sure that it's clean and smelling fresh. So if you are a person that likes to douche or likes to do different cleansing things and all that stuff, and you're finding yourself having a lot of irritation or whatever the case is, then you need to back up for a little bit and try to do things a little holistic and a little bit more natural. I found when I stopped doing the dishing so much and start doing natural things or just learning my body more, my vagina was happy with me. So I want you guys to also experience that too. Don't think just because you're a woman, you have to use everything that's out there on the market for your vagina or whatever the case is. No, sometimes less is more. All right, so y'all don't judge me with this one because I love doing Kegel exercises. If I'm in the car, out in public, at home, whatever the case is, most likely I'm doing my Kegel exercises. And who don't know what that means, basically is when you're squeezing and releasing the muscles inside your vagina. I do it all the time because I like to make sure that I got control when it does come down to it. Ladies, that is also just a good way to build your muscle, to make it stronger, and to just know that, you're sitting down and you're tightening your muscles. And it's a very much important muscle that we need to always work. Y'all know if we don't work out, if we don't use a muscle, what happens? It gets flabby, it gets loose. And that is not an area that we want to be like that. So you definitely want to always try to do your Kegel exercises, no matter where you are, what you're doing. No one's going to know unless you tell them. All you're doing is squeezing and releasing. And it really does work. Over time, it'll become easier to you. I know that some places or some people like to use things to stick up in them and to keep it in and all that stuff to help them be tight. I don't go that far. I just do my basic exercises and take care of myself. And I think I know that everything down there is perfectly happy and healthy. So, just doing your own Kegel exercises when you have time, even if you just hold it for about 10 seconds. I'm doing it right now. When you hold it for about 10 seconds and then release. It may not feel like much, but it's actually doing a lot for your vagina. So you definitely want to make sure that you do that anytime that you can. Now, ladies, I know that we like to look sexy and be sexy at all times, but there has to be a time when we have to let it loose. And what I mean by that is we cannot always wear thongs, G-strings, extra tight pants, spandex, and all those things. There has to be a time when we just wear nothing or loose things. If you have your vagina stuffed or things on it too tight, that can also cause problems and very uncomfortable. So we want to make sure that we let our vagina have time to breathe and grow. And I know that may sound like a silly thing, but it's so true. We have to have air to get to it. We have to have times when we don't have it closed and penetrated and all that stuff. We have to let it be natural. So that's one thing that I always try to do too. Maybe when I'm getting out the shower, I'll just put a long nightgown on and just remember that I don't have panties on. But at the same time, let my stuff air out and everything so it can feel the natural air and not just always stuffed under pants and tights and all those things. So we just have to think about that. When you are on your period, you want to make sure that you are changing your tampons or changing your pads ample time. You don't want to wear things too long because that can also cause problems. So we really just have to be knowledgeable about ourselves and our vagina. You want to build some type of relationship with your vagina. Even though it's part of you, just think of her as your little friend, basically. You want to take care of her because, like I said, your vagina brings people into this world. You don't want to have infections, have problems down there, and then you have a baby, and then the baby has issues too. And it can happen. So we really want to be very particular what we put in our bodies as far as fruits and fats and fried stuff and all that stuff, because that can also deal with our pH balance and also the taste. Ladies, if you want your vagina to taste good, fruits and natural things is the way to go. The saying, you are what you eat. So we have to think about that and remember that. So definitely being healthy and exercising and doing your Kegel exercises will definitely help you with having a beautiful, healthy, and happy vagina. So I hope you guys enjoyed this short video. I just wanted to give some of you guys some of my tips. I was in the shower the other day and I was like, what? I think this could be something that people will like also. Maybe there's ladies out there that are having problems or just don't know what to do. Like I said, when I was younger, I did a lot of things wrong. And now that I'm older and I'm learning as I go, I'm doing things right now. So if you guys have any tips or tricks that you use to have a healthy and happy vagina, please leave it down below. Don't be ashamed, because we are all humans. We all have body parts, and there should be no shame to our game. So guys, I love you guys endlessly. Please make sure that you guys also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Of course, go ahead and subscribe, share this video, and also look out for my other channels, The Wise Family 5, Andre and Tiara's World, Akira's View, and Mr. Dancehall Critics. Well, Dancehall Critics. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and my family all times. Peace out. Keep those vaginas clean. See you later, guys.